that you've never seen before, and then like goes out and does a reverse layup around his back. But like, I do think that they have good draft capital. I do think that this team is consistently been the worst, one of the worst teams in the league for the longest time. I think Gary Harris is probably going to be the next player that you see get out of there, and they're just going to be bad for the next couple of years until they are able to get a superstar. And Cole Anthony is definitely an all-star. Toronto Raptors. So this is a weird team for me because right now they sit in ninth at the east of the Eastern Conference, and it's like, where are you trying to go in a direction? Do you keep Siakam? Do you keep Freddie VanVleet, or do you blow the whole thing up? When healthy, I think this team at best is a first-round playoff exit. I really do like Scotty Barnes. I feel like he's a top 3 rookie in this draft class. But for me personally, I would probably maybe blow up the whole thing, trade Siakam, maybe go get a Brandon Ingram or something like that. Siakam has just had those good years in his career, and then ever since then he's kind of fell off. That's just me for Toronto Raptors fans. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but consistently winning in the first 2 rounds in the playoffs, like that championship year with Kawhi, you don't have Kawhi on your team anymore. So this team is definitely competitive, and I could see them like upsetting a team in the first round, but I don't see this team getting anywhere close to winning a championship. Milwaukee Bucks. So in the beginning of the season, I picked the Milwaukee Bucks to win the championship again just because they have 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, and they're the reigning championship. So I didn't want to discredit them or put any discredit on their name. I still do think that the Milwaukee Bucks have a very good chance of winning the championship. It's really just up to how Giannis performs, and we know that Giannis can perform. So health has been a big thing for this team as well. Drew Holiday's been in and out of games. Chris Middleton's been up and down, underperforming. So it's really just me come how bad they've been, and they're still a top 3 seed. And come playoff time, like nobody wants to see the Bucks in the first round. I genuinely feel like Giannis and KD, when they went up against each other, a lot of people were saying KD outplayed Giannis. Personally, I feel like Giannis outplayed KD because people forget that there's 2 sides of the ball. I can see this Milwaukee team winning back-to-back championships. I've been saying that all year. Boston Celtics. Okay, I'm a homer. Oh, Washington Wizards. Wow. Wizards is another weird one. They started off the year super strong. They were 10-3. They were a top seed. You have when you look at the Wizards, you have Garland, who's a starter, power forward center on most team, and Montrezl Harrell. So they got to do something about that. Kuzma is definitely like emerged into a star. Good for him. Like I was the biggest shit talker on Kuzma. I was the biggest hater on Kuzma, but what can I say about the kid? Like, he's definitely proving the haters wrong. He's proved me wrong. Bradley Beal, personally, I think it's time to just blow it up. Keep Kuzma, keep Harrell, keep the draft capital that you have. Maybe get a sign and trade extension to one of the older veterans' contracts. Get rid of Beal, blow the whole thing up, and rebuild, because this Beal thing has not led to any championships whatsoever. Or the only thing it's led to is first round exits. Miami Heat. So this is another team I really did want to talk about. This team, I was going to do a whole video on this team, but Miami Heat, crazy. I don't know how they keep getting away with what they're doing. They find a guy like Duncan Robinson late in the draft. Duncan wasn't even on anybody's radar. He's playing at Michigan. He's hitting threes like crazy. He goes into the G League. They pick him up. They pick up a guy like Yurt-Seven. They pick up Max Strus. They pick up Hero. So those are 4 role guys right there that are starters on most teams, which is absolutely crazy to me. Like, I never would have thought that the Miami Heat would still be at the first seed after that push right now. I do think that last year I overrated them a little bit. I thought they were going to beat the Bucks, and then they got swept out. So that was just personally my take on it. I think the Miami Heat could easily go back to the finals again. Now we have the New York Knicks. New York Knicks is another weird thing for me. Julius Randle has obviously been up and down. I think that he's an all-star caliber player, but can he lead your franchise to a championship? In my opinion, probably not. Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, I'd like to see those guys go to new teams. I like Obi Toppin. I wouldn't get rid of him. Underperforming throughout this year. They're not even in a playoff spot right now, which is something that I'm sure Knicks fans are not very happy about. This team just has a curse. Like, there's something about them that they never win. They always do something to screw it up in the playoffs, and that's just personally my opinion on them. They probably are going to get rid of Noel. hearing a lot of reports on that. Atlanta Hawks. So this is another team. I think come playoff time they make a big push. I don't understand why they traded Reddish. I would never have got rid of Reddish. Kevin Knox has been a complete bust in the beginning stages of his career. Of course, I'm rooting for the kid, but that's what he's been. He's been a bust. Trae Young, MVP conversation, top 10, top 15, all-star level. John Collins, Herter. All these guys I just feel like have been underperforming this year besides Trae Young. Herter's been having an up-and-down shooting year. Bogdanovich is having an up-and-down shooting year. DeAndre Hunter, you don't know what you're going to get from him. So come playoff time, nobody wants to see this team. Once, like I said again, I don't blow it up. I keep this team exactly how it is. A lot of people want to trade Gallinari. I'm keeping Gallinari. I feel like Gallinari is too good for you to trade. That's just my opinion. He's averaging 14 points off the bench. We already got the Miami Heat. Don't know why they gave it to me again. Chicago Bulls. Okay, this is a team that I personally can say I was extremely high on from the beginning of the season. Everything I like about the Bulls organization. I said that they deserve a raise. I said that all the players deserve a raise. I said that all the general manager, all the head coaches deserve a raise. Billy Donovan is doing a fantastic job. DeRozan's in the MVP conversation. The role players are tremendous. DeSumo, they found like a great rookie star in that kid. Zach LaVine is in the MVP top 15, top 20 conversation. The only thing I'm worried about is not having Lonzo and Caruso for the next 2 weeks. But 6 weeks. Caruso's out for 6 weeks because of Grayson Allen's dirty for play. But I've talked about this team for so long. I love everything that they're doing. I think that they're championship DNA. Golden State Warriors. Do I really have to talk about the Warriors? The second team in the league. The only thing that I really want to say about the Warriors is Curry's inefficiency to shoot the ball lately, but he's Steph Curry. So come playoff time, do I think this team can be like a championship competing team? Hell yeah. Like, you have Curry, Clay, Draymond. That's the exact same team. Then you have Juan Toscano Anderson, Jordan Poole, Otto Porter, who's been playing out of his mind. James Wiseman hasn't even come back. Gary Payton II. They found a star in that kid. So Andrew Wiggins, like, that's probably the deepest roster in the whole entire league. In my opinion, like, that's the deepest roster in the whole entire league. We already got the Spurs. We already talked about them. Houston Rockets, okay. Rockets is another team for me. They have a lot of draft capital. They can move players around if they wanted to. I like Kevin Porter Jr. a lot. I think he's emerging into a star. I also like Kenyon Martin's son as well. They have good players. They have good pieces. Jalen Green is not at what everybody expected him to be, which is kind of weird to me because I thought he was going to be a lot better than he's in. He's up and down. I like Sengun. I think you kind of trade Daniel Theis and make Sengun your starting center, and again, you're tanking, so you're going to be getting better and better. Denver Nuggets. Like I've said the whole year, Nikola Jokic is my undoubtable MVP for this season. I feel like he's been the MVP for this season. As far as his team, everybody, I don't know if they feel everybody would agree with me, but he's definitely my front runner. They're the fifth seed right now behind the Utah Jazz in the West. But Jamal Murray's been out. Michael Porter's been out. Nobody wants to see this team in the first week. Once all their players comes back, I feel like we can judge them better. They definitely should never have got rid of Bol. I would have played him more. I like Dozier as well. I guess they got rid of him because of injury, and they just shifted him up. Indiana Pacers. This is another team for me that needs to tank. They consistently are happy with being in the 10th or the 8th spot. They're consistently happy with being in the play-in spot, losing in the first round, getting swept to the Nets. They're consistently happy with being mediocre. I never knew that Indiana fans just liked being mediocre and were fine with being mediocre. And they just, if it was my franchise, I would blow it up. Sabonis is the most discredited all-star that we've ever had. Sabonis is incredibly talented, and I love everything about that kid. Charlotte Hornets. This is going to be a team that has to reckon with. I don't know how they're going to afford to play Miles Bridges. They have Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, Plumlee. That starting five is extremely talented. If you were able to get a better center that could stretch the floor, I do think that would help this team a lot. But Plumlee's definitely been good in the interior. Like, he catches all of LaMelo passes. He's a high flyer. I like how Oubre's been off the bench. To me, personally, I leave this team how it is and see if you can get somebody in the draft like Bognite. I want to see when this team is fully healthy what they can do, because Miles and LaMelo have been playing games together, but Rozier's been in and out, Hayward's been in and out. So my big thing for that team is I want to see what this team can do when all the players are there. But I love watching the Hornets. Everybody tunes into the Hornets. Lakers, they need their own video. I could sit here and talk for hours and bashing the Lakers. This is the only thing that I'm going to say about the Lakers. Lakers are fine. Keep Westbrook. Keep the team how it is. Let Anthony Davis come back. Live on it for 2 weeks. See if you guys are okay. Let everything kind of just gel. Let Kendrick Nunn come back. Keep the team how it is. And you'll be completely fine. I genuinely believe that the Lakers will be completely fine. There's so many things that I could say about the Lakers. I could shit on the Lakers. I could trash talk the Lakers. I'm not going to do that because I don't bet against LeBron anymore. Detroit Pistons, rebuild stage, blow it all up. Just keep getting number 1 overall picks. Hopefully they don't pick another Killian Hayes because he's proved that he's on his way to being a bust. I don't know. Everybody's defending him, but you're the 5th pick. We need you to be better than just a point guard that can pass the ball. He's afraid to shoot. Cade Cunningham, he's definitely top 3 for Rookie of the Year consideration. This team just needs to blow it up year after year after year and just get first pick. Get Chet, go get anybody that you possibly can. LA Clippers, this is a team that I've definitely wanted to talk about. To be in front of the Lakers and to be in the 8th seed without your 2 MVP players and your All-Stars and your Finals MVP with Kawhi, and to be as good as you guys are is absolutely remarkable. I tip my hat off to Tyronn Lue. I thought he was an overrated coach. I'll never say that about the man again. The Clippers have been playing with people that nobody has ever even heard of before. Coffee, like nobody had heard of that guy before. Terrence Mann looks like a star. Reggie Jackson looks like a star. Like these kids and these guys that just go out there every single night in battle. I 100% tip my hat off to these guys. They just go out there, they play their hardest, they do what they have to do to win, and to me, that is championship DNA. And when the 2 stars do come back, it's going to be when the 2 stars come back. What I was saying is when the two stars come back from the Clippers, they're going to be absolutely incredible. I think that they're going to be one of the best teams in the league, and everybody's going to be fearing them. Boston Celtics. I could do a whole video on this team. This is my team. Obviously, everybody knows that. I don't even want to get into this. The inconsistency of this team is absolutely ridiculous. We go out, we beat the Warriors. The next day we lose to the Rockets. The next day we beat the Hawks. The next day we lose to the Pacers. We beat the Pacers 2 times. The next day we lose to the Pistons. It's just, we lost to the Pistons this season. We blew a 25-point comeback to the Spurs. We lost to the Bulls by 20. We lost to the Thunder. It's just like, the inconsistency of this team is ridiculous. When this team is hitting on all cylinders, they're absolutely scary. Nobody wants to play them in the first round. But when we're playing bad, we're playing bad. So can you be able to utilize your stars? Ime needs to get out of there. Celtics, don't blow it up. Keep it how it is. Try to get another point guard out of the Schroeder trade. Hopefully we can get it I don't know what it is. That I can't even begin to think about that team right now. Dallas Mavericks. Emerging team, definitely. I feel like having Luka back, I feel like Porzingis has been close to all-star caliber team. I still think he needs to post up and shy away from the 3. I think he's afraid of getting injured. I don't know what it is. I love watching this team. This is probably one of my favorite teams to watch in the whole entire league. Tim Hardaway Jr., don't get rid of him. Don't get rid of Dorian Finney-Smith. Don't get rid of Powell. Boban needs to play more minutes. Brunson, definitely they have to extend his contract. He's been tremendous the whole entire year. This team, come playoff time, like I said earlier, nobody wants to see him in the first round. Luka's been underperforming, and that's what's scary. I think Luka needs to get in better shape as well so he's not hurt all the time. I think a lot of the things that hurt Luka is him being in shape. Already got the San Antonio Spurs. Don't know why that's on there. Let's spin the wheel one more time so I can get the Memphis Grizzlies, just for you Memphis Grizzlies fan. And I'll take a second to talk about this team. Memphis Grizzlies, by far, besides the Nuggets, my favorite team to watch in the whole entire league. Ja is an MVP conversation. If you disagree, you're completely wrong. Ja Morant has been absolutely spectacular this whole entire year. Everything he's done for that organization, small market organization. Dylan Brooks has been hurt the whole year. They're in the 4th seed right now. They're in the 3rd seed ahead of the Utah Jazz, behind the Golden State Warriors and the Phoenix Suns. This is one of the most fun Showtime teams I've ever seen. Brandon Clark has been great. they just have all these players that just fit the system. Desmond Bane, most improved player of the year. Ja Morant just makes all these players. He trusts every single one of his players on his team. He says, you know what? Tonight we're going to go out. We're going to win. I'm going to sweat as hard as I can. I'm going to try my hardest, and we're going to win the game. And every single player that's in this system just fits perfectly. I feel like if they had Valanciunas, they would be even better, but I guess Steven Adams has been fitting the role as like a defending center. But if they had Valanciunas, they'd probably be second in the West right now. He's been having a remarkable year. But yeah, watch out for the Grizzlies. I think come playoff time, they're definitely a problem. Ja Morant, hot take. He can make a push for MVP in the second half of the season if he can stay healthy. Also, Ja, stop trying to kill people, bro. I'm afraid that you're going to get injured. Whew. All one take. Best NBA knowledger you know. I just did that all in one take. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys if you're sticking around. Please hit that sub, like, all that. I really do. This video took a lot of editing time. I love every single one of you. Take care.